busy life seems to be, there's always time for kissing and a hugging.
Okay, that was a snippet of There's Always Time for Lovin' by jazz singer Angie Wells, and she's making a name for herself in the jazz world, and she's sitting right next to me right now. You look lovely there. You sound phenomenal. You're gorgeous in person. How are you? Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. You know, I want to talk about your career before you got into the jazz space, because in my mind, I know it's entertainment still, but it's two totally different spaces, and you were Emmy nominated as well as a makeup artist.
Yes.
So how did the two even connect?
You know, it's a strange thing.
She's like, I don't know. It just happened.
It kind, I have to say, in a strange way, it did kind of just happen. I had this love. I've always had a love for jazz. I grew up listening to it, and with my dad on, Sundays. Our routine was, my mom would fix dinner, and Dad and I would sit in the living room, and he'd play like stacks of jazz on vinyl, because that's obviously the best sounding music.
Obviously.
And, obviously.
Just throw that out there, obviously.
And so this natural love of jazz came for me. And when I was 5 years old, Count Basie came to my school and played for a bunch of us little kids. So I just sort of just had that music in me. And when I got a chance to realize that, like, okay, I think I have a decent voice. Maybe I want to
A decent voice.
Singing.
Your voice is phenomenal. I mean, I think I sound like that when I'm singing to myself, but that's not the case at all. You sound great.
Thank you so much. So yeah, the story that I guess how it all really started was I was in Paris visiting a friend, and she said, "You've been telling me you want to sing. You've been taking some lessons. We're at a supper club. There's a jazz band. I told them my friend and American jazz singer's here. You're going to sing tonight. They want you to come up on stage." And I was like, what? But I did it, and the reaction I got let me know that, okay, you can do this.
That's amazing. We all need friends like that.
Yes, we do.
It's so good that that person was there for you and put you essentially on this journey to what you're doing now.
Yes.
Let's talk about your tour you're preparing for. I know it's next year that you want to go over the summertime. So what can people expect, and how do you prepare yourself for that mentally?
I think it's more of a preparation of, getting the music ready. I love touring. I love traveling. And the chance to connect with audiences in other countries is always very exciting for me. So the mental preparation is just the joy that I'm going to feel, when I get there. So yeah, I'm actually just picking out outfits. Those that's very important, because I do have a real, I guess, affinity for making sure that I look stylish on stage. That's really important to me, because I feel like people not only come to hear you, they come to see you as well. And you should give them something to look at.
Absolutely.
So I try to do that. So yes, that's the shopping has already started for the new outfits and getting things coordinated for the shows.
So when you're preparing your music and you're practicing, I feel like when I turn on the radio, I don't hear jazz music. However, jazz music, as we know, has influenced all kinds of music.
Yes.
So where do you think that disconnect is? And do you think that there's a movement now to get more jazz singers, to recognize more jazz artists in the music space?
Oh, I think so. I think, having Samara Joy win for Best Artist last year was really a good push for jazz. I think, the disconnect may have happened in that jazz, a lot of times, we're replaying music that's written years and years ago. And I think the disconnect happened somewhere a lot of times with young people, is that, I don't have any frame of reference to that music, because it seems so far away for them. But there's, this new movement of younger people who are taking jazz and doing interesting things with it, and fusing it and mixing it with R&B and mixing it with, hip hop. And so it's evolving. And I think where it's evolving to is going to open up more doors for it.
And I love it when I hear a youngster like a certain sample in a song, and I'm like, I know where that came from. That was years ago.
That's right.
And then they discover that on their own, which is great.
Yes.
We ran out of time already, but you were lovely.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
Come back after your tour and tell us how it is.
I will.
Okay,
Thanks
perfect.
so much for having me, Colleen. Have a good day.
You too. You're not allowed to leave yet. You're still sitting down. Okay. Also, Angie's album, Truth Be Told is out now. So that's great. We're going to put all this information up on our website too. Oh, I have it right here. And there you go. Okay, coming up, we're going to check in again with Chauncey Glover and Alex Viston at our Chips for Kids toy drive.